Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is the Fiercest Artist and welcome back to Scribblenauts Unlimited. In this video I will show you how to get all of the object shards. It'll be in the title, the exact name of the achievement. I already did all of the achievements individually and I will just smash all those videos together to give you a coherent picture if you're looking for this specific achievement. Taking a look at a living large shard object achievement thing. It's in the title, the thing. The first one is called Moo, and we'll need to make a cow. We're gonna put the cow here. Dismount. Pet. And we get that one done. And here... Okay. Let's just get rid of this and this. Next one is age-old riddle, and we need to create a zebra. So we're going to go ahead and create a zebra. Then we're going to go ahead and use the notepad. Adjective. Sunburnt. Sunburnt. Age-old riddle. Done. Let's get rid of that. Are you my mommy is the next one. We'll need to go ahead and create a heater. Go ahead and turn on the heater. Go ahead and place an egg. Place the egg like this. And that'll create the Are You My Mommy achievement. And that actually got me, you can't make an omelet without, but... Next up is the no nogging, and that is create a headless horseman and give him a head. So we're just going to go ahead and make a headless horseman. There we go. Okay, hold on. Head. No nogging. Let's go ahead and delete that. Conflict resolution, we'll need to make a pirate. Well, first of all, let's make a ninja. And let's make a pirate. There we go. That does it for the conflict resolution. Next up is gnome life. Create a garden gnome and add the adjective live to it. So let's go ahead and create the garden gnome. Gnarled, gummy, gaming, gifted. Garden, then gnome. There we go. Notepad, add adjective live. Throw that away. Skeleton resurrection is the next one. We're going to need to go ahead and skeleton. Create a skeleton, plop him down, click him, add adjective live. Throw him away. Next up is I want to be a real duck, and we're going to go ahead and create a duck decoy. Plop him down. Use notepad adjective live. That creates a duck. Pinocchio is the next one, and we'll need to make a marionette. Use notepad, add adjective live. There we go. Next up is no harm, no foul. We'll need to create a duck call. We'll need to create a duck call and a duck, then play music for the duck call. So let's go ahead and just create a duck. Play music. There we go. That does the no harm, no foul. And we're just gonna throw this away. Ding a wing. We'll need to create a wingless bird. So let's create a wingless bird. Plop him down. Bell. There we go. Go ahead and remove that. Throw that away. Wax and feathers. Now we need to create a sun. Then we're going to need to create Pegasus. Icarus. There we go. Throw away the sun. A doodle poo. Hen. House. Bam. Rooster. Bam. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Okay. Perfect. Next step is liar, liar, pants on fire. Okay, we'll need to create a liar. Lear. And we'll need to create another one. Lear. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Makes sense? Okay, that's my lucky coin. We'll need to create a leprechaun. Leprechaun. And pot of gold. Then we're going to need to empty it. That's my lucky coin. Going this away. Next up is the Beauty and the Beast model. We'll need to create lycanthropic beauty queen. There we go. Bam. Full moon. Bam. There we go. Let's throw that away. 6 feet plunder. We'll need to create a crypt. Bam. And we'll need to put a crypt robber. Grave robber. Let's throw that away. Okay, I'm not gonna go to Lily. Ah, god damn it. Okay, let's actually keep going. So, we did that. We did the 6 feet plunder, winner, chicken dinner. We'll need to create a game. Throw host. Bam. And put next to him a contestant. There we go. We'll need to create a dumb dog. Dog trainer for the next one. To the dogs it's called. The next one is do as I command. We'll need to create a private and a general. There we go, and that's called the do as I command. Next up will be, it's easy to see those are giants. We'll need to create a windmill and a dawn saute. It's easy to see those are giants. Okay, I have no idea what that's all about. Roller rough up, create at least 2 roller derby girls and place them in a roller derby. Roller derby. Bam. Roller derby girl. Bam. Roller derby girl. There we go. Roller rough up. Let's get rid of that. Here, kitty. We'll need to create a lion tamer and a lion. There we go. Next up is use your inside drawer, mute lion. Okay. Next up is no bull matador, and a bull. Yeah, of course the bull is gonna kick your freaking ass, dude. Okay, next up is on to help with training. Create a boot camp and a private. Boot camp. Private. There we go. Let's get rid of that and that. The cage bird never sings. Bird cage. Bird. Get rid of that. Can make him jump. Create a trough next to a horse. Horse. I meant horse, but a horse would have done. And a trough. Yep, that's exactly what I meant. There we go. Can't make him drink. The wish is my command. Genie lamp. Puff. Left click on it. Pick up. Empty item. Make a wish. A wish is my command. There we go. Okay, remove that. Yeah, we can leave all of that on the floor. We'll need to create a walrus. And a carpenter. Speaking to the oysters. Next up is self-verification. Game developer. Okay. Jeremiah. There we go, and we get the living large achievement, which I, in all honesty, thought was going to be a little bit more hard to get. Okay. Look at the food fight. Achievement and the shards themselves. So basically we're just gonna start off with butter bread, and we're just going to go ahead and create a cat, and we're just going to alright, okay, we have to pick up the cat and we need to combine it with bread, and that'll get you the cat toast paradox. Then just toss the black hole in the trash. You can make an omelet without. Well, basically I already got this one, so we're just going to go ahead and create a fire, and you're gonna have to create an egg, and that should get you the achievement. But more specifically, what I actually did was I got a heater, placed it on like this, turn on. Then I went with an egg, placed it like this, and that actually allowed me to get what I needed. The ultimate food, we'll need to create cheese. Double click your targets to shoot or throw things, okay. And we'll need to create grilled bread. Then left click, combine, and you get a grilled sandwich, and that's the ultimate food. Heavenly dessert. Basically we'll need an angel. Then we'll need an angel food cake, and give it to the angel. They'll give you the heavenly dessert. So good it's bad. We'll need to create a devil. Then give him a devil food cake. There we go. Making cookies. We'll need to create a cookie dough. And we'll need to create a cookie cutter. Cookie cork cutter. Cookie cutter. There we go. Then use it on the cookie dough. That'll give you the making cookies thing. Next up is ice cream, use cream. We need to go ahead and create an ice cream maker. Left click on it, interact. That'll give you an ice cream. Next up, it's so easy, give lollipop to a baby. Next step, next to his lollipop. So we'll need to create a baby. Then create a lollipop. There we go. Give him the lollipop. Then steal the lollipop. And we're just gonna dump the baby. If you play, they will come. Create a kit. Okay. Ice cream truck. Then next up, ride. Ah. We have to play the music as well. Dismount. Dump that. Dump that. Dump that. That and that. Ice cream, use cream, it's so easy, play they will come. Rubber turducken. We'll need to create a rubber chicken. And a rubber duck. We'll need to pick up one of these and combine it with the other thing. And we'll get a rubber turducken. Next up, we'll need a spice and a spice rack. So let's go ahead and make a spice rack. Dump it, create a spice. And give it the spice rack. And that'll give you the spice things up. Good gravy. We'll need a sauce boat. Dining table. There we go. That gives you the good gravy thing. Who me couldn't be. Who he jar. Go ahead and empty it. Let's talk about condiments. Salt. Pepper. There we go. Let's choose wisely. Interact with the gumball machine. Gumball machine. There we go. Left click on it, interact. Next up is root beer. Ice cream. Combine those two things. That'll get you the light beverage. He takes what he wants, put honey next to a honey badger. There we go. Next up, we'll need to combine garlic with French fries. And combine those two things into bad breath. Price check and register 1. Okay, we're gonna need to create a cash register. Dump it over here. Create a trolley. Vehicle. Okay, no, I meant a shopping cart. Shopping cart. Rocking, shooting, shouting, shining, smoking cart. Vehicle. Okay. Oh. Ping cart. There we go. Tomato. Tomato. Cereal. Ride it. There we go. Dismount. Okay, next up is going to dust. We're going to need a pestle in a mortar container. Go ahead and use those 2 things and you'll get the ground to dust thing. Let's go ahead and remove this. Bam. Next up is have your cake and display it too. We're going to need a cake stand and cake. That'll get you the progress thingy. Oh, butter. We're going to need bear. Pot of honey. There we go. Express delivery. We're going to need a mailbox and a call to Sonut. Let's spell it. There we go. That's express delivery. They see me rolling. We're going to need some dough. A rolling pin. Give it to yourself. Left click, flatten. You'll get the they see me rolling. They hating. Next up is the intern. Coffee maker. Coffee maker. Interact. Next up is we're going to need the toaster. We're going to need some bread. Put the bread inside the toaster. Then put the toasted bread inside the toaster again. Next up is breakfast club. We're going to need a waffle maker. Left click on it, interact. That'll give you a waffle and a breakfast club thingy. All dried up, fill and then empty a food dehydrator with some fruit. Food dehydrator. Place it. Apple. Place it. Empty it. That'll get you the all dried up. I think therefore I am. So we're going to get a potato. Okay. And we're gonna get a potato masher. And we're gonna use it on said potato. That'll get you the food fight achievement. Look at the vehicle, car, trains and planes. Achievement as well as the object shards. Now basically for the first one we'll just need a flying broom. We're just gonna go ahead and give that to ourselves and that'll give you the which way. Next up is we're going to need a heli backpack, which is this, and that will actually allow you to fly. Next up is a tanker plane. Basically just go a tanker, then write a, then once you have actually written it, just go with the plane. Okay, then we're going to need to ride a vehicle. I'm just going to go ahead and place vehicle. No stopping for gas this month. Okay. Next up is a hoverboard, which is this. We're just going to go ahead and give it to ourselves. Next up is a hot air balloon. There we go. Next up is a tandem bike. And we're just going to go ahead and write human and place it on like this. Okay, next up is that to rights. We're going to need a hearse and a coffin. We're gonna place it inside there. That'll give us that to rights. Next up is rescue pilot. We're going to need... Oh, this stays permanently in the backpack. Oh, okay, so that's... Okay, yeah, this will not work. Definitely not, but this... Okay, interesting. Right, so... rescue pilot, we're going to need one of these. And we're going to need one of these. They'll give us the rescue pilot, and the next step involves an ambulance and a paramedic. That gives us the emergency response, and continue. And I'm just gonna chuck that away. Next up is a caboose. This is a caboose. We're going to go ahead and ride it, dismount it. Okay. Next up, we're going to need a cherry picker. Use the vehicle. Go ahead and dismount it, throw it away. Next up is a double-decker bus. There we go. Go ahead and dismount. Next up is a police car. Go ahead and ride it and play the sounds. Dismount it. Next up is a fire truck and a fireman. There we go. I'm just gonna give myself a sniper rifle. Jetpack. AK-40. Okay. Kalashnikov. Kalash. Okay. Rifle. Okay. Assault rifle. There we go. Health potion. Perfect. Okay, we did a double police firefighter, police car, and get an officer. Place them inside there, they'll give you on patrol. Next up is a garbage truck. Garbage. Fill the garbage truck with garbage. Then we're going to need a dump. There we go, and they'll give you taking out the trash. Next up is yacht. Exactly that. Go ahead and ride it. You're on a boat. Next up is a houseboat. Ride it. Dismount it, throw it away. Airboat. Ride it. Dismount it. Next up is a lifeboat. Ride it. Dismount it. Next up is a ski. And a ski pole. Move. Remove. And next up is a golf cart. Ride it. Dismount it. Next up is a chariot. Ride it, and I'll fetch you the achievement. Dump it. Look the achievement called Jamming Out, which are the required object shards. So first of all, we're going to need a guitar, and we're going to need a tuning wrench. Give yourself the tuning wrench. Use it on the guitar. That'll give you the first object that we need. Next up is we need to give ourselves a vuvuzela. Give that, play it, remove it. Next up, we're gonna need a jukebox. Give it, play music. There we go. Next up is a record. Give yourself that. Then a turntable. Use it. Back to vinyl. Okay. Next up is we're going to need a harmonica. Give yourself the harmonica, play it. Remove it. Next up is we're gonna need a musician. Place a musician down. Accordion. Give it to the musician. Next up is a snake. Then a flute. Play the music. Play the... Okay, click on the snake. Then play the music with your flute. Next up is a conch. Music. Give it to yourselves, play the music. Remove it, then just chuck it in the bin. Next up is we're going to need a gong. Dump it down here, then a monk. Dump it down here, then a mallet. Give it to the monk. That'll get you the next one. Next up is the bag pipes. Give it to yourselves. Play it. Go ahead and remove it. Chuck it. Next up, we need a devil and a violin. Give the violin to the devil. They'll give it down to Georgia. Next up is a didgeridoo. Give it to yourselves. Play it. Next up is drums. You need to give it to yourselves, or if you just throw it like this, you're going to need to go ahead and ride it and then play it. Next up is an angel and a harp. Give the harp to an angel, then chuck them in the bin. Next up is a piano. Throw it down on the ground. Piano bench. Throw it right there. Ride the piano bench, then play the piano. Dismount it. Chuck it in the bin. Chuck it in the bin. Next up is we're gonna need a dog. Place the dog. Then a dog whistle. Give it to yourself. Then interact with the dog whistle. Remove the dog whistle. Chuck the dog in the bin. Chuck that in the bin. Next up is off key works for me. So we're going to create like a Sonstation worker. Sensorian worker. That works fine. And we're going to go ahead and click on him, use Notepad, add adjective, auto-tuned. Off key works for me, then we're gonna chuck it in the bin. Next up is a guitar case, chuck it. Ukulele, place it in the guitar bin. Next up is a composer. Chuck him there. Sheet music. Give it to yourself, then give it to the composer, then chuck the composer in the bin. Next up is a whoopee cushion. Place it down. Interact with it. Then after that, we're going to need a trumpet. In a trumpet stand. Thumping stand, okay. Trum. Pet. Stand. There we go, just combine the two. Then just throw it away. Next up, we're going to need a stereo. And we're going to need a CD. That's a jukebox though. Place the CD in the stereo box. And that'll give you these stereophonic sounds. Next up is musician. Get a musician, jump him in here. Next up is a metronome. Give that to the musician. There we go. I can hold a tune, use a tuning. Okay. Instrument. Tuning fork. Play sound. There we go. So you literally do what I did. Next up, we're going to need a clown. And we're going to need a slide whistle. Place the slide whistle, play it. Oh, we need to give. There we go. And that's how we got jamming out. We're taking a look at the achievement called Playing with Gadgets, and essentially what we need to do is the following. We're going to need the dishwasher. Place it down here, and we're going to need a dirty dish. Place the dirty dish in the dishwasher, throw it all out. Next up is we're going to need the mouse trap. Place the mouse trap, and we're going to need a rat. Place the rat. Next up, throw a TV down. Get a remote, give it to yourself, turn it on with the remote, remove the remote from your hands, chuck it out. Next up, we're going to need a CB radio, give it to yourself. Next up, we're going to need a trucker, and we're going to need an 18, okay, right, 18-wheeler. Then we're going to need to press use. Remove. Chuck both of them in the bin. Next up is say what. We need to create a deaf person. Chuck him down there. And we're going to need a hearing aid. Give it to the deaf person. Next up is we're going to need an alarm clock. Throw it down here. Sleepy person. There we go. Next up, create yourself a phone. Use the phone. Remove the phone. Catch the phone. Chuck it in the bin. Next up, we're going to need a fire alarm. We're going to need the fire. There we go. Next up is a nail clipper. Give it to yourself. Then create a person. Use the nail clipper on the person. Go ahead and remove it. You have that big ass nail, remove that. There we go. Next up, slot machine. Throw it down there. Interact. That'll give you the one-armed bandit. Next up is pencil. Pencil sharpener. Use it. Chuck this. Remove this. Pencil sharpener. We're going to need clean. Kiln. And we're going to need clay. Place the clay inside. Empty it. Throw it all away. Next up is create a loom. Interact with the loom. Next up, give yourself a coin. Vending machine. Chuck it down. Interact. Okay, so you need to actually go ahead and click on use, and that will register. Okay, nice to know. Next up, we're going to need a bookie and a laptop. Take the laptop, give it to the bookie. We're going to need a safe, then a safe cracker. Okay. No safe is safe. Next up, we're going to need the hadron collider. Place it down there, interact with it. Okay, and that registers as a black hole, because of course it does. Next up is a cloning machine. Interact with it. Chuck yourself in the bin. Next up is $1. Give it to yourself. Washing machine. Place it down. Fill. That gives you the money laundering. Next up, a smoke detector. Place it right on there. Next up, fire. Place it right on over there. Where there's smoke, there is fire. Next up is a typewriter. Place it down. Left click, interact. Chuck it in the bin. Next up is a pinball machine. Place it down. Play. Chuck it in the bin. Next up is a rowing machine. Place it there. Right. That'll give you gently down the stream. Next up is a lampshade. And a baseball bat. Give it to yourself. Left click on the lampshade. Pick it up. Okay. Pick up that. Okay, perhaps like this. No? Oh, okay, that's not what I wanted. I did not want to do that either. Okay, let's try this again. Lampshade. Aha, there we go. So you need to drag it across. Okay. Next step is we need the street lamp. Plug it on down, left click on it, turn it off. And next up is game of the year. We're going to need to go ahead and Scribblenauts. And that'll actually get you the achievement. The achievement called Fun with Weapons, and basically this is what you need to do in order to get the achievement. We're going to need a camel. Place it down, left click, right, left click, spit. Dismount. Try the camel in the bin. Next up, we're going to need a wasp and a bug spray. Give it to yourself. Left click on that, spray it. Chuck that over there, remove that. There we go. Next up, we're going to need a potato cannon. And we're going to need a targeted dummy doll. And we're going to go ahead and attack it, just like that. And we're just going to remove the potato gun. Next up is we're going to need a tank. Place it down here. Target. And we're just going to give the adjective to the target giant. Indestructible. Okay. Ride it. Attack. Add adjective unmovable. Unlovable, unnameable, unmissable, uncurable. Unlovely, unmodified, unsocial, unstable. Uncivic. Oh, you're actually attack. Buzz off then. Right, a tank is just mad fun. Okay. Next up, dynamite. Dynamite. Go ahead and interact with dynamite. Remove it. Boom goes the dynamite. Next up is thanks for playing. Hit a tank with an anti-tank grenade. So we're going to need a tank. Anti-tank. Tank grenade. Give this to yourself. Throw it. There we go. Hit a tank with an interact with a fire tracker. Place it there. Burn it. There we go. Next up is a vampire. Stake. Use the stake on the vampire. Remove the stake from your hands. Throw it away. Next up is a cow. Cattle prod. Shock the cattle with the cattle prod. Remove this from your inventory. Chug it away. Next up, we're going to need a tree. Place the tree. Then get a chainsaw. Give it to yourself. Then split it with the chainsaw. There we go. Then just go ahead and remove that. Chuck that away. Next up, silver hammer. Give it, throw it down. There we go. Bang bang. Flame rover. Give it to yourself. Left click. Actually remove it. Then go ahead and pick it up. I'm going to need something. Tree. Burn it. There we go. Then we're just going to want to go ahead and remove it. Chuck that away. Okay, sniper. Gun range. At home on the range. There we go. Next up, crossbow. Give it to yourself. And create a tree. Attack. Remove that. Okay, next up is Cupid's bow. Tree. There we go. Remove this. Next up, demon. Holy water. Use the holy water on the demon. Next up, no, I'm not gonna go to Lily. Next up, we're gonna need a nail gun. Give it to yourself. Bam. Remove the nail gun, throw it away. Tranquilizer gun is the next one. Give it to yourself. Okay, we're going to need a person. Chuck the person away. Next up, we're going to need a Necronomicon. Interact with it. You summoned. I'm gonna chuck that away. Magic wand is the next one. Go ahead and attack the tree with it. Drag away the tree since it's attacking me. Okay, so that's it for that. We're going to need a seed slopes. And we're going to need the lance. There we go. Remove that. Next up, we're going to need a foil weapon. We're going to need the fencer. Then attack the fencer with that. Then chug him away. Remove that. In case you're low on health, create yourself a health potion. Give it to yourself, then just go ahead and use it. There we go. That should give me my health back. Next up is we're going to need rock and paper. Give yourself the paper, then use the paper on the rock. Then chug away the paper. Next up, we're going to need a can and a sniper rifle. Give yourself the sniper rifle and use it on the can. There we go. Perfect. Check away the sniper rifle. Next up is a bow weapon. Give yourself that. Apple. Attack it. Just like that. William Tell. Remove that. Take all of this. Chug it away. Here's a paper, sniper, apple. And next up, we're going to need a crate. And a crowbar. Now, honestly, crowbar is W weapon. I'm not gonna lie. Then use it on that, and that'll give you the fun with weapons achievement. Go ahead and chuck that away. I'm just gonna remove that. You can look at the fashion statement achievement, and basically what you need to do in order to get that. Basically, we're going to need to do the following: springy shoes. Okay, springy shoes. Put it on Maxwell. They'll get you a little bit of a bounce. Frog costume is next. Remove, remove. Next up, we're going to need a half link. And we're going to need the invisibility ring. I mean, obviously this is a reference to Frodo. And we're just going to, well, let's hold on. Try that away. Okay. Next up, we're going to need an officer and a badge. There we go. Next up, we're going to need an athlete and a gold medal. There we go. We're going to need a put on a maraca and a banana costume. Interact. Peanut butter jelly time. Oh my lord, that's an old one. Okay, bee costume. Hive. Honey, I'm home. There we go. Next up, we're going to need a hat rack and a hat. Place the hat on the hat rack. Next up, we're going to need a shoebox. And we're going to need a shoe. Place the shoe in the shoebox. Next up is hot dog costume. Place it on yourself. Next up is a dance floor. Drop it on top of yourself. There we go. Bee costume. Give it to yourself. There we go. That'll give you another achievement. That is another progression. We're going to need a bib. Place it on yourself. Remove the bib. Black belt. Place it on yourself. Perfect. Next up, bunny costume. Remove it. Next up, graduation cap. Place it on yourself. Remove it. Next up is a cheerleader outfit. Place it on yourself. Remove it. Next up is a chef uniform. Remove it. Chuck it in the bin. Fireman uniform. Place it on yourself. Remove it. Chuck it in the bin. Pajamas. Pajamas is the next one. Place it on yourself. Chuck it in the bin. Referee outfit is the next one. Place it on yourself. Remove. Next up is snowshoes. Snowshoes. Place it on yourself, then remove. Next up is life vest. Place it on yourself, then create a boat and put yourself on the boat that is rideed. We're just going to go ahead and remove this and this. Next up, we're gonna need an apron and a grill with 2 wells. Turn on the grill and you'll get that one. Remove it. Oh, there is the bouncing shoe. And for the next one, we're going to need a hot object. And we're going to need oven mitts. Give yourself the oven mitts, then pick up the hot object. And I must have missed one. Fireman. Okay, we can actually check that. I believe that's... No. Okay, where do I check that? Right, shards. Object shards. This is under fashion. So it'll be under clothes. Boing, boing, boing. Dun, dun. Laundry day. Fill the laundry hamper with some articles. Alright, I totally missed that one. Hamper. Dirty laundry. And there we go, that's the achievement. Can't believe I actually missed one. Okay, I was not expecting that. In this video we're taking a look at the kitchen sink achievement. Basically, we're going to need a toilet. We're going to place it here. We're going to place a towel on it. And we're going to click use. And that will give us that shard. Next up is an outhouse. Go ahead and use it. Okay, next up we're gonna need an object. Let's create a brick. We're gonna click on it, use Notepad, adjective, Ribophobic. There we go. Next up is a dance floor. Person. There we go. Next up is a sandbox. Yeah, dog, I heard you like sandbox, so I put just okay. Next up, we're gonna create a rain stack. And we're gonna play sound. Oh, that did count, okay. Next up we're gonna create a green barn. Okay. Next up, we're gonna create a daycare. We're gonna create a baby. Chuck the baby inside, chuck that in the bin. Next up, we're gonna create a bottle rocket and interact with it. There we go. We're gonna create a war and a white flag. War and peace. Okay, that's actually nice. Next up, we're gonna create a tinder. And we're gonna create a flint. We're gonna use the flint and the tinder in order to burn it. I'm gonna chuck that away. Next up is we're gonna create a scarecrow. Then we're gonna create a crow. There we go. Scaredy crow. Next up, we're gonna create an actor. Then a trophy. Give the trophy to the actor. Chuck the actor in the bin. Next up, we're gonna need a weaver. And some yarn. And we're gonna give the yarn to the weaver. Then chuck him in the bin. We're gonna need a leprechaun. There we go. And a clover. Give it to the leprechaun. Next up, we're gonna create fool's gold. And we're gonna create a magic wand. Give ourselves a magic wand. Then attack it with the magic wand itself. Remove it. Next up, we're gonna create a courthouse. And we're gonna create a judge. There we go. Order in the court. Next up, we're gonna create William Shakespeare. Willie, eating walking walnut. Welcome, wicked, filthy, winded, winged Shakespeare. Okay. And we're gonna give him a book. Okay, remove the winged and that's it. Next up is we're gonna create a hula dancer. Give him the hula hoop. Chuck him in the bin. Next up, we're gonna create a prosecutor. Evidence. And give him the evidence. There we go. Chuck him in the bin. Next up, we're gonna create a block. Okay. Then we're gonna create a pew. Then we're gonna click ride. Then dismount it, chuck it in the bin. Piggy bank is the next one. And we're gonna create a gun. Give ourselves the gun. Attack the piggy bank. Remove the gun. Okay. And we're... Ooh, I actually missed a couple of steps here. We're gonna need an Ark of the Covenant. We're gonna place it here. We're gonna empty it. There we go. We're gonna need a Trojan horse. Empty it. Try to look surprised. Okay. We're gonna need a chess board. And a chess piece. There we go. Well, we're gonna need a red seat sling bin. And paper. And put the paper inside the recycling bin. Black hole. Excellent. Piggy bank. Throw a bowling ball at a bowling pin. Bowling pin. Bar-like pen. Okay. Bowling ball. Bowling pin. Whoa! There you go. That's the strike one. Next up, we're gonna need a dirty toilet. Bam, and we're gonna need the toilet brush. Give ourselves the toilet brush, clean it. There we go, and we're gonna remove this. Chuck it in the bin as well. Next up is ping pong table. Ping pong ball. Okay, next up is a ball. Tennis racket. tennis. Timid and toxic, trendy tennis. Okay. Hit it. Bam. Aced. Remove that. And the last one is a hammock. Go ahead and ride it. And that's it. The kitchen sink and the Notepad Explorer.